in New Orleans with a true NBA legend, a man who was in one of the greatest Nike posters of all time, a man who was one of the greatest scorers I've ever seen in my life, a man who invented the 12-foot finger roll. And I didn't know this until last year, but apparently, according to none other than Magic Johnson, the greatest pickup basketball player of all time, George Gervin. So we were doing countdown last year, and we're shooting the crap because you're killing time during these games. We start talking about pickup. Ask Magic who the best pickup basketball player he ever saw, and he goes, "Oh, Ice." And we were like, well, who else? He's like, Ice. There's nobody else. So we were like, if you could pick one guy for a pickup game and your life depended on it, who'd you pick? He's like, Ice. So I'm starting there. You were the greatest pickup basketball player of all time. Do you agree with that?
Well, I had fun when I played pickup. That's where you can really, have a chance to really showcase your skills. Coming up from Detroit and playing on the streets all the time.
Right.
I had an opportunity to do some things that maybe you wouldn't try in a different setting.
Like what?
A whole lot of things. You can try things. One thing that I like to do is, I was known for the finger roll.
Yep.
But what I really thought I could do was shoot the jump shot. Be able to create space and get the jumper off. And I think a lot of that comes from being able to use both hands and be able to go in both directions. Some guys got a favorite side to go to shoot.
You didn't have a favorite side. Your favorite side was the court.
Yeah, my favorite side was the court, and I had a lot of confidence in that because I worked on that in the street ball setting. So
Magic said he went to see you one time playing pickup, and I think he was with Isaiah, and it might have been even after his rookie year. I can't remember what year it was. And you were playing pickup, and back then you guys would arrange to play in these different gyms, right?
Yes.
And it was like you were on cruise control in the first half, but somebody made you mad at the end of the half, and then he said you had like 52 in the second half or something.
Oh, okay.
And it was like one of the great moments.
Kevin Loader, I remember that.
Oh, you remember that?
Oh, I remember the guy.
Who made you mad? What happened?
Kevin Loader.
What did he say?
We was playing, and we were just playing around, and we was in Lansing, matter of fact, and he was a rookie just coming in, and we first half and stuff, I wasn't really into it, and then he came up to me and told me, man, I slowed Ice down.
Oh, you don't say that.
Oh man, everybody looked at him, Magic, and Isaiah and them looked at him and say, uh-oh. And I say, hey, man, what's your name? And he said, Kevin Loader. I was eating orange, man. I never forget it, man. I was eating orange and stuff. And I say, oh, okay. Man, I lit him up, man. I tell you, man, I think I messed his career up. Because he didn't stay in the league long.
That was it for Kevin Loader.
Yeah, that was it for him.
So Magic said you guys would arrange to play all these pickup games in all these different spots. And it was like kind of his generation against your dudes. So who were your dudes?
Oh, wow. Back in them days, we used to play with Daryl Dawkins used to play. What we used to do is we used to, travel around in the summertime and we'd go to all the cities that NBA teams wasn't in. And we used to go and play in these
like a barnstorming almost.
Hey, we go in these NBA in these cities that NBA teams wasn't in. Birmingham,
At least you go south.
Yeah, we'd go everywhere, man.
So who organized this? Like, how did you decide where to go?
Charles Tucker. Charles Tucker was probably was Magic's agent early on.
Yeah.
And he was real close to all of us coming up. I used to come up there and play at Michigan State when Magic was real young. Magic was probably 14 years old when I met him. And
really?
And he played with us. So he was playing with the pros. At 14,
and you knew.
Oh man, he was special then.
Well, he's probably smart enough to get you the ball in the spot.
Well, he was smart enough to get a whole lot of people the ball.
Right.
That would made him Magic. He understood how to win. He was all about winning. He made people around him better. He made people around him better at 14. So his potential was scary, and I think he reached his full potential in having a super career he had, as an NBA player.
So we argued one time when we were doing the show about what state produced the best players, and it turned into a really heated Michigan versus New York argument. And Magic and Jalen, who's there, who's obviously Michigan too,
yeah.
and we're rattling off all-time teams. Michigan was really, really much more impressive than I realized. Like, for instance, I mean, I knew you went to the University of Detroit, but I never kind of considered you belonging to a state. But you were like the all-time Detroit guy.
Yeah, well,
because you kind of transcended that and just became Iceman and
all
did
them
the
guys,
whole thing.
all them guys come under me. You know,
yeah, you were like the
Magic,
godfather.
Steve Smith. You know, all them guys was
Jalen and C. Webb.
Yeah, all them guys come up under me, and you can tell how they talk about me today. How they admire, you know, my being the veteran.
So then you went from there. You signed with Virginia.
Virginia Squires. You know,
Doc's there, but you're young.
Well, I went to the CBA first. I left school early, and I went to the CBA.
They had the CBA back then?
Pontiac Chaparrals. You know, just played on the weekends. And I probably averaged about 38, and Johnny Red Kerr saw me. For some reason, Johnny Red Kerr was up in Pontiac and watching me play, and I scored 50. He called Earl Foreman, who was the Virginia Squires, you know, where Doc was at, and said, you got to see this kid. They flew me in to Virginia and just had me shoot around. So I could shoot. So I made 25 out of 30 threes. He signed me on the spot.
Hello everyone, I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys nice videos, so please subscribe to this page, and please subscribe to my second page. The link to my second page is in the description section. Thank you.